Hey everyone, welcome back to more Mechabellum. I'm DisturbingPuppet. So, a new unit has been added, the Scorpion. It is a heavy anti-swarm robot. So it is assuming only ground targets. Ground targets only. It is a large unit, so that's something to kind of keep in mind. We're going to try to use this sometime today. HP looks okay. Speed probably pretty slow. Splash 15 meters. Not really sure how big of an area that is. 5-second attack interval, range 105. Not sure how that compares to everything else. We'll kind of see once we get in and try it out. Kind of see human people for comparison. So for upgrades, default is the acid attack, which the acid's okay, but I feel like I do more damage to myself with the acid attack than I really should. There's siege mode, so increased range, but decreased attack, and it can't attack enemies within 75 meters around it. Not sure I like that so much. I think we'll play with the defaults here originally before I swap things out. I did go ahead and get the locked one already, but haven't changed the default settings here. Extra range, that's always good. Double shot, so 2 shells in succession, but increase reload time by 12%. That's not a really big of a downside. The optional one here is the field maintenance. What I probably would do is swap out acid attack for field maintenance here. That's most likely the option that I would take, but it just kind of depends. All right, so the goal today is use scorpions in battle, see how I like them. That's the plan. So let's go ahead and try to do that. So we're going to be playing against the AI on insane difficulty. Yeah, they changed the way these guys look. Definitely much better looking now. So there have been a few updates since I last played. We'll go insane here. I don't know if it's actually upgraded the AI or just the way the AI looks. But yeah, the goal is use some scorpions, see how we like them. Normally, my response to swarming units, which the AI does like to use a lot of, is either aircraft like the Overlord, uh, wasps. I mean, I think the Overlord works quite well. Or you can go with some big nasty things like the Fortress and try to do some extra damage that way. Artillery, I don't feel works that well unless you have a really good solid front line, just because the delay between when they fire and when the shots land. Well, we have a giant specialist. I think we have to take that because that's kind of the plan. We start with Mustangs and Nightcrawlers that way, so this way we can get the Scorpion a little easier. So that's the plan. Let's do that. I do like the giant specialist in general. We start with a bunch of swarming units ourselves. What do you have? You've got artillery and fangs. Okay, so yeah, that's a bit of a problem. The artillery will probably cause me some trouble. What I would like to do then, the artillery's probably going to be back on the towers, so I'm going to try to like rush. Come on, move. Like rush towards if the artillery's back there, like just absolutely fly at them as fast as possible. Spread out a little bit, and then for the Mustangs, I'm not sure who wins in a fight, Mustangs or Fangs. They're pretty comparable. I think we deploy you guys just back a little further on the towers themselves for the moment. I do feel like there was kind of some of the updates have caused graphics to be kind of weird. Like I swear, zoomed out, things look worse than they used to. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. Zoom way out here like crazy. Let's get back in here so I can actually see what's going on. Yeah, for 200 points, what are we going to do? Well, we can get giants for free. Scorpions, I think it was 300. I just want to check. Heavy anti-swarm bot, 300. Do they not count? I thought they counted as a giant unit. So it's giving me a cost to unlock, which is interesting. I thought they counted as a giant unit, but I guess they don't, actually. They're just a big unit. Well, that's unfortunate. I do want to use them as soon as possible. There's nothing I can really do. It's going to make a huge amount of difference here. To just be a pain. Oh, that's not what I wanted. Why does that? I keep thinking clicking off will get rid of this menu, but you have to click the X there. Yeah, let's shift you over. There we go. Let's just take additional crawlers to really try to just swarm the enemy. Keeping them as busy as possible. and then try to rush the artillery a bit. That's kind of the idea. So we'll just put a ton of crawlers up front, and we'll see how it goes. Okay, so he's kind of doing checkered squares of fangs here with artillery. We're keeping him busy over here, not so much anymore. Okay, so between Mustangs and Fangs, it looks like Mustangs probably win without artillery support. I'm just going to stand here and shoot the tower while the artillery destroys us. That's really not optimal. Gonna lose this one, but we're doing a lot of damage. So, not the worst thing in the world, not the worst outcome. Alright, for round 2. Let's see. Improved melting points. I do love melting points. It increases recruitment cost, but does that affect me? I'm not sure. Let's take it and see. Just curious. So the melting point now... Ah, it's still 0. Alright. That should probably go from 0 to like 50 at least, something like that. 350. Getting one of you guys is going to cost me 400 total. For 350, I can't get anything big. It's close, but no cigar. I would like to upgrade health, at least, which we can do in the tower here. So all my units are a little tougher. So 250. What do we get in the meantime? What's going to be helpful? We could get wasps. Just one wing of wasps. Unfortunately, with all the fangs he's got, I'm not sure that's super useful. We could grab a couple fang units, but the artillery is really the problem. I could deploy some stuff back on the flanks. So, like, we could throw some crawlers back on the flanks to maybe go after the artillery. Honestly, not the worst idea in the world. Except they're there, so they just tie up the fangs on each side, unfortunately. Yeah, he's got this nice kind of checker pattern here of deployments, which worked out pretty well. Now we could also potentially grab something a little tougher, like the tanks. Yeah, we can get one unit of sledgehammers. They can take a bit more of a beating. Let's do that. And we'll just kind of use them to sort of reinforce the front here. Try to help out there. But I think putting some crawlers on the flanks is not a bad idea. Okay, he's got steel balls. Yeah, we keep moving, we miss, like the artillery misses a lot of hits. But we're not doing much to these steel balls, unfortunately. Doing a much better job on the left flank. Yep, we got the tower down, now we eat the artillery, but on the right, we're pretty screwed. Yeah, we just wiped everything there. If you guys had hit the artillery first, then maybe we're alright. Okay, crawler's taking out the artillery. Well, all but one. Tanks are doing a good job, but I think now we're doomed. Now that we're not moving, the artillery's just going to pound us. We're going to stand here, just get shot to pieces. Yeah. Just a little bit too weak there. Again. Alright. Upgrades are probably the name of the game here, is what we want. We could get a barrier. Very nice. I think we take that for sure. Alright. The other thing I would like, let's go ahead and grab a scorpion. Now I can't put the barrier on it because it doesn't count as a giant, right? Yeah. Yeah, it doesn't work. We do have some upgrades I can do. Or we could throw some crawlers in the flank. Where do I want to put you? I don't know that you're going to do that well against the steel balls. There's more like swarming small stuff over here. So I think I'm actually going to put you like back there for the moment, just to try to help on this flank a bit. I do have an upgrade for you. Tempting. We could upgrade a couple of the crawler units. And that does basically double their health. Let's do that, although I feel like this probably isn't going to be enough. Okay, a bunch of flaming stuff. So we're still going in. Tougher crawlers out front. Let's watch the Scorpion here, see what we can do. You fired a shot at all. Doesn't look like it. Has this thing shot at all? Like, okay. It took it quite a while to decide to start shooting stuff. Come on. Yeah, the area effect isn't that big. Now he's just going to get eaten by these guys. Well, we did a decent chunk of damage there. These steel balls seem to beat my tanks pretty effectively. Yeah. Gonna lose again, but it is, again, pretty close. Alright, upgrades might be the way to go here. Also getting a big unit would be quite nice. Amplifying core is always good. So I thought we were going to get some help there. I think we need giant units, so we can get the barrier on something. Yeah, that'll protect nearby guys. What do we want? I mean, I think we have to take the melting point. I'm going to go ahead and put the barrier on the melting point. I'm going to put you over here to sort of protect these guys a little bit. Do you have some upgrades we could get? Or we could throw some stuff in the flank to just cause some problems. I think, like, we might go some crawler upgrades at some point. So, just to be irritating, I'm going to throw some crawlers in the flanks. Let's go, like, pretty far in the back there. Then with 100 points, let's upgrade the tanks. Makes them a lot more beefy, so that'll help out a lot there. Okay, more steel balls. Got some stuff on the flanks there, nothing on the right. Mainly kind of watching here. We'll see how this goes. We've got the force field helping out. Force field's gone already. I feel like it's really waiting to take his shots there. Well, we're doing all right here. And we actually took out the tower on the left, so yeah, I think we've got this one. Wasting some shots here and there with the Scorpion. Nice. So we start turning it around. Still a little behind, but I think we'll be alright. Okay. Anything I want? Let's go multiple deployments, because I might, you know, spam some cheap units here. Alright, you're going to upgrade. Let's do that. If I'm going to do anything for you, I think you want extra range. Like, that's really helpful, I think. So let's do that. Give me another Scorpion. It might be a bit of overkill, but do double scorpions. A level you guys, or do we get extra attack? Let's go extra attack for everybody. Keep a unit of crawlers we can throw in the back over here. Now, with the amount of points coming in, he's probably going to be taking some big stuff, so it might cause me some trouble. I think we want to save this for another giant unit, so we'll hold off on that. Okay, he's calling down a strike here. That's going to be bad for us for this round. Acid causing me trouble, so we're probably going to lose that flank. Yeah, we're sort of causing some chaos here with the crawlers. That's nice. It's got a melting point there. That's trouble. Scorpions. It's kind of hard to control the zoom here. Come on, Scorpion, fire! Fire before you die! Disappointing. Like, they take so long to shoot. Okay, got trashed that time. Partially because of that acid dropping, but that is going to be there for another round, so that's a bit of an issue. Is there anything I really want? I'll take the photon emission. Okay, you upgrade. Give me another melting point. Melting point, have amplifying core. Melting point with amplifying core over here. We want you going after his melting point. Got multiple more deployments. You guys... could try tunneling. I don't know if that would actually work if we're far enough away on the flanks. Or we could just, we kill stuff, we get more crawlers. Tempting. We could just do some upgrades too. Let me at least upgrade you guys. Just kind of putting that off. So we could still deploy a couple more units. But only if they're super cheap. So we could get a couple crawlers, or we could get something decent. With the acid here, we're still kind of screwed on this side. We could use something else to kind of build, like buff up this side a bit, make it a bit tougher. Tanks are potentially an option. Let's do that. Kind of stagger them in there a little bit inside the shield. Alright, anything else crazy? I don't see anything. Yeah, the acid here is still going to wreck our little guys and cause problems. Okay. Okay, his melting point is targeting melting point. Good. He's actually running scorpions now. Wasting my attacks on these little guys with the melting point, just getting eaten. Still a lot of these guys over here. I think we lose this one too. Yeah. We're just wasting our shots on these little guys while the artillery eats me alive. Tower goes down. Now I'm super weak. Am I gonna survive this? I think I should. But it's bad. It's now bad. We have to kind of win. Alright, we definitely want to make sure we get the photon emission down. That doesn't affect acid. I think I meant to do that last turn and kind of forgot, but I think that doesn't affect acid anyway. Let's see. We'll take the orbital bombardment. Does this affect acid? Reduce damage by 58%. Immune. Yeah. Yeah, I should have used that last time. For some reason I was thinking it didn't affect acid on the ground, but yeah, it would have. So yeah, we've got enough stuff we can call in that I think will be okay here. Have some more guys leveling up. Okay, so that's all my leveling, which is not a lot. What I kind of want to do... Crawlers make more crawlers when they kill stuff. We'll do that. Scorpions have the range, but I feel like they're not really taking many shots. So we could try double shot. I'm gonna go energy absorption. If I get the extra range too, that would get them really right where I want them. As is, though. Still do a lot of deploying. With the tanks, we could go extra HP and healing, although I'm not sure it's going to be fast enough to matter. It's kind of pricey. I think I'd rather just have units. So give me a third Scorpion. Also over here. We're going crazy with Scorpions just as an experiment. So, you know, we're keeping Scorpions only on one flank to see how it goes. Although I feel like this is the less effective flank, but they have done good damage against these steel balls. Then with 400, we could grab a giant or a fortress, an overlord. I honestly feel like that's going to be the best because a lot of his stuff can't even attack aerial things, like the steel balls and stuff can't attack aerial. The artillery can't attack aerial stuff. I'm going to grab an overlord just to throw it in here. And because of where he's at, we want to avoid the melting point. We sort of start over here. And then, despite these guys having more toughness, I'm actually going to go photon emission here. And I think we artillery strike. Try to hit all the artillery. Like that. Alright. Well, he's got some big stuff coming in the flank. That's a bit of an issue. Overlord and a Vulcan on the right side there. Airstrike, not doing a massive amount, but it's helping for sure. Unfortunately, his Vulcans cannot attack aerial stuff. So we're going to need something to deal with that. And we're just absolutely wrecking them this time. Alright. That might even be it. We got somebody that survived. No. Okay, good. I kind of wanted another round to see how it would go without us using a whole bunch of stuff. Alright. Massive attack bonus on something. Let's do that. Okay. A bit concerned about this stuff over here. That is true. We kind of need something to take out the Overlord. Which could just be a melting point. Yeah, we'll just do that. Melting point with the fire control system. We put you over here to mess with these guys as your priority. Upgrades. Tanks. Make them tougher. Only level 1. Yeah, 150 to upgrade the Scorpions. A little higher than usual for stuff, but they're pretty big. So hopefully you just keep moving that direction. Fight that stuff. That's what we want you to do. We still have a couple deployments. What do I do? And I can get a couple units if I want to do that. Now, with the Vulcan here, anything on the ground is just going to get slaughtered. Something big might have a chance to do some damage. We've got some support. Aerial stuff is the issue. So, since aerial stuff's the issue, give me some more Mustangs. And then we put you kind of out here, back. We're still covered by the force field a bit. We'll sort of engage as the Overlord moves in, hopefully take some shots. Then, give me more crawlers. These crawlers are a pretty good counter to the melting point. So charge the melting point and try to eat it. Alright, give it a shot. He's just getting wrecked, like, right away. Did take out the Overlord, though, first before he died, and the Vulcan with support. Nice. So things are going pretty well there. Another Overlord there. Crawlers here really didn't help much. Actually, my left flank is now looking pretty weak. Vulcan doing some damage. We're coming through on the right. Alright. Hitting the artillery. A lot more still alive here. A lot of swarming stuff. We can deal with that. Tower down. Got the melting point. It's pretty much all over then at that point. Yeah, we've got a nice big army here walking along, even though we just lost the tower. We've got a lot of like anti-swarm, 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 and then anti-single target. Yeah, pretty decent result. Scorpions, though, I don't know. I feel like the Overlord is still probably a better choice. If you're dealing with only ground swarmers, then the Vulcan is probably your better choice. Well, it depends. The Vulcan's a good ground anti-swarm choice. The Overlord's nice because it can't be attacked back by those guys. Where's my Overlord? Isn't there? That's weird. Where have my Overlords gone? They've just disappeared. Oh, there they are. All right. I'm just crazy. But yeah, so we deployed the extra Overlords. Pretty rough. I don't know if these guys in the back were really causing much of a distraction, but did cause them to sort of not have units that were really firing on the front line. So my 100-point exchange for this Scorpion being busy for a little while, maybe not so great because the Scorpion's a good counter. If it's Fangs, then these crawlers do a decent job. Yeah, I mean, I like the Overlords because the ground targets can't hit back, so I often will go Overlords over things like Vulcans. The Vulcans can be quite good, though, and it can even spawn additional units depending on what your upgrades are. The Scorpions are, I mean, yeah, they're decent, I would say. At this point, I think they're a decent choice. Not a fantastic choice. So I kind of look around the map here. I kind of want to see those melting points. I kind of want to get a good angle on a Scorpion here. The camera's jumping around all over the place. Yeah, there's a couple Scorpions there. Yeah, I'm not sure. I'd have to play around with them a bit more before I would decide, I think. Um, they're nice models. I like the idea, but even with the upgraded range, I felt like they weren't shooting very quickly or very fast. So maybe having the double shot is a much better choice. It just sort of depends on what you prefer. Yeah, something about the range or rate of fire feels off to me, but But overall, not too bad. They were doing good damage. They were doing damage to the steel balls. But yeah, that's going to do it for today. It's been a bit more Mechabellum. I just wanted to kind of check out the new unit. I'll probably do a bit more with them just to see how I like them. Hopefully, I will see you all again another time. I've been Disturbing Puppet. Until then, have a good one.